guys, welcome back. It's Josh with the Financial Advisor Car Guy. So as I promised, you guys get 2 episodes this week. I did want to go ahead and upload this one as quick as I can. So this is going to be a relatively short video just to get us caught back up. But as you can see, I'm sitting inside the Eclipse. And so as I mentioned, the last week, my kids had their birthdays. And one of the things my daughter really wanted was a backup camera. She learned how to drive on both my Raptor and my wife's Mach-E. Both of those vehicles have backup cameras. I expressed to her the importance of learning to back up without one. And fortunately, her driver's ed car was a Jetta. It was a Jetta. It had no electronics. Like, it had roll-up windows, no backup camera, not even it had like a radio, but with dials and stuff, like super stripped down base model. So she did learn to some degree without a backup camera. And I understand her kind of wanting one just from the situation of figuring out how to navigate a school parking lot, figuring out with her body kit how close to the curb she is and all those kind of things. So anyway, she wanted a backup camera. So one of my sisters actually got it for her birthday. She'd put it on her Amazon wish list, and one of my sisters bought it. And I went ahead and installed it. It didn't take very long. In fact, my daughter's boyfriend and my son, the 4 of us were outside, and we had the whole thing installed maybe 30 minutes. And that's including like running the wires and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around, and then basically I'm going to show you how it works, what it looks like, and the process to install is super straightforward. But I'll walk you kind of through that process, and then I'll jump out and I'll show you the physical camera in the back. So hang on. So what we did was we ended up going ahead and mounting it just above the gauges, off to the left, right below the other gauges. It works pretty slick, actually. So when she wants to power it on, it's not hooked up into a transmission or anything like that where you shift into reverse. It's truly just wired to a little switch down here in the cigarette lighter. So if I push this button on, the light turns on, and hey, what do you know? There it is. And so now we can see behind. I push the red button again, turns off. Turn it on, there it is. So super straightforward. And basically the wire just runs down inside. And it looks like it actually came untucked. This was tucked in there much better, down. But then it goes underneath this panel here. Along here, you don't see it until you get to about there. Then this is the power wire. So this goes directly under the seat, which goes across my lap, and then it comes out right here. So same story here. This was tucked under, and there it's where it comes out and gets plugged in. So pretty straightforward from that standpoint. But yeah, it works out really nice. It gives the red, yellow, and green bars on there so that you know how close you are to something. I'm not exactly sure if the angle of the camera is correct, because it looks like, if she were to back straight up, it looks like she'd get really close to the curb. And I just don't think that's the case. It looks like the car is perfectly parallel to the curb. So the angle might be a little funky, but I'm guessing that's car by car based on the height of the license plate. So I'm not exactly sure, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to hop out of the car. And leave the camera on. Going to come around to the back side here, and there it is. So what we ended up doing was just it stays secure with the 2 screws that hold the license plate on, and then the wire actually runs up into the bumper. That's the bumper lights, or the license plate lights are tucked up in these crevices, so the lights shine down, which is fine, but it created a little bit of room for the wire. So the wire goes under the bumper, or inside the bumper, through the tail light, into the trunk, and then it runs along the back side of the chair, the seat, and then comes out down here, which you can sort of see. Again, this came untucked, but anyway, that was tucked under. We'll have to fix that again, but my daughter's been driving the car, so it's kind of filthy. But anyway, that's where it works. I decided to jump back into the car and close the door because we have some neighbors that their kids are outside playing and having a ball, which is fine, but it's hard to make a video when I'm trying to talk over kids yelling and screaming and having a ball. So I want to go ahead and talk a little bit about the camera and the setup itself. So as I mentioned, my daughter had asked for it for her birthday, and she put it on her Amazon wish list. She spent quite a bit of time vetting these cameras out, and at the end of the day, she really wanted something that would be small and compact, easy to install, and wasn't a permanent thing, right? She could always take it out if she wanted to. If she gets a different car that doesn't have a backup camera, she can remove this and install it elsewhere. You know, those were the important things that she was looking for. I made it a point to tell her if she can find something that's cigarette lighter powered, that's ideal. It wouldn't necessarily be ideal for me. I don't love that. And honestly, I'd rather keep my cigarette lighter free if I wanted to charge a phone or something like that, you know. But for what she wanted it for, I think this is absolutely a perfect setup. And the cool thing about it was like $27.99. So very inexpensive. Again, took maybe 30 minutes to install. And again, that includes fishing the wire and hiding the wire. Really straightforward and easy to install. And again, there's no splicing into the vehicle itself. Very straightforward, very non-invasive, just very easy to suction cup to the dash, plug into the cigarette lighter, put it on the screws in the back, a license plate, and you're done. So very cool, very straightforward and easy. And I would recommend it. I mean, honestly, if all things are equal, if you don't already have a backup camera and are looking for a real easy solution, I think this is a good one. Less than 30 bucks, less than 30 minutes of your time to install it. And honestly, the quality of the build seems fine. She's had it installed for 3 or 4 days and has been using it to some degree. The other cool thing about it is if you're driving down the road here, I mean, this is just a wild suggestion, but if you're driving down the road and someone's tailgating you, you can actually turn that reverse camera on and shoot, you can see their license plate number or whatever you need. You can actually see how close they are to you if you really wanted to get into it. But kind of a cool setup. It's not necessarily a backup or like a dash cam. It's not a reverse dash cam by any means. It doesn't record, but you can definitely look back and see. So that's kind of a cool thing. But again, 30 bucks or less than 30 bucks. It's quite a nice little camera for what it is. So that's all I got for you guys this week. I wanted to, again, just like I said, shoot a quick video, talk about the install that we did, and talk about the product itself. I don't have a link to it, but if you truly just go to Amazon, type in backup camera, sort by price or whatever it is. This one's like $27.99 or $28.99. And yeah, really easy, really straightforward to install. So you guys will not be disappointed. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Most importantly, remember, may every investment you make be a good one. Till next time.